Good evening, friends, and welcome to Kit Crush Wednesday. I'm Lisa Maynard with Stampin' Trails, and I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. I am actually recording this because I am out of town at my stamping retreat this week. And so I am actually recording it Tuesday night, and I'll be on a plane on Wednesday. So with that, I'm going to wait a couple seconds, just like we usually do, to hopefully make sure that people can find us and get on and things like that. So we're going to just wait and see if people can find us. Just a couple more seconds. I'm going to tell you that tonight I'm going to actually show you an older stamps kit from Stampin' Up! That's been around for quite a long time. It's called Sentimental Rose. It's really, really pretty. And there's a little extra something that goes with this, and you can give it away as a gift. And I'll show you how you can make it into like a card pack so that you could present it to someone. So without waiting any longer, we're going to go ahead and turn this camera around, and I'm going to show you the cards we're going to make tonight. All right, here we go. Here are the cards that we're going to make tonight. Now, these are note cards, so they're quite a bit smaller than our normal cards, but they're gorgeous, super, super cute. This is the happy birthday, and the inside of the envelopes coordinate with the note cards. Super cute. And so we're going to make these tonight. We've got a birthday one, a best wishes. We're going to do some stamping too. And again, very light, but if you can see that, they coordinate so well. And I love these dots, adhesive dots that go with it. And then a thank you card. So a great gift to give to someone. And I'm going to show you how we're going to package these up and the little box we're going to make to put these in. So they're note cards, not super, super big, but super cute. And so I'm going to go ahead and set these aside right over here out of the way so that we can start to make these. And I'm going to use these to kind of block that glare I'm getting a little bit off of that. So I'm not putting them down there to distract you, but I want to block that glare that we're getting from the lights above. So let's go ahead and bring in the kit right now, and we're going to open this up, and I'll show you that we have our instructions as always, and I will be using these when we have to put together the little box. Super cute. Here's our stamp set. I have some of those already on blocks, but they have great sentiments on here. Thinking of you, happy birthday, thank you, happy Mother's Day, best wishes, congratulations. Great ones. So if you get this kit and you want to put it together, you don't have to use the same sentiments I'm using. You can mix and match. We've got our Stampin' Dimensionals as always, and we're going to be using those tonight. We've also got our baker's twine in here. Now, if I've already cut this, so we're not going to need that, but we are going to need these gorgeous, gorgeous dots and our little glue dots. So we're going to set those aside. We also have our stamp spot, and tonight we're going to be using gray granite. It's a great color. Very, very nice. Then with the kit, you will have our sentiment pieces. Then you will have some layering pieces. We don't have very many of these left because this kit makes 6 cards of 3 different designs. So there's our layering pieces. This is like a corrugated layering piece, which is really, really cool. We've got some other layering pieces that are corrugated, our stamp bases, and our envelopes. So I'm going to go ahead and set the things in here that we don't need, and I'm going to go ahead and set this aside, and we're going to pull in our cards that we're going to make tonight. Now, we're going to be stamping off, and when I mean stamping off, I mean that we're going to be stamping an image that's going to go off of our card base a little bit. So I want to put down some grid paper. Even though I have my glass mat, which is awesome, I don't want to get that stamp or that ink on the other parts of my card. So I'm going to go ahead and put some grid paper down too. But I love this glass mat, and it is available now. Remember, you can, if you made any purchases and you spent over $50 in July, you can start to redeem your bonus coupons this month. So be sure to make sure you go ahead and get all of those emails. The coupons were sent to you in emails. Get all of those codes and you use the codes when you check out. So for every $50 you spent, you got a $5 coupon. So let's go ahead and let's make sure we redeem those coupons this month before the end of the month. Okay. Here we go. We are going to start with this first card, and this is going to be the card base. So we're going to go ahead and fold that over like we usually do. And I am going to have to reach for a bone folder as I packed mine already. So grab another one here. Sorry about that. We're going to crease this. Actually, not crease it. We're going to burnish it just like we normally do and give that another little good burnish right on the front of that, just like so. Now, as you can see, I, on this one, have already stamped my image, and I did that last night. So we've already stamped our image on here, and we did not stamp, though. I have not stamped the sentiment. So let's go ahead and bring this piece in, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our sentiment and our ink spot, and we're going to use what it said in the instructions. We're going to use the thank you sentiment, and I already have it on a block. Now remember, these kits come with your block, which I've used for the rose that we're going to stamp later. So, but for ease of use and for demonstration, I'm going to use all of the sentiments on different blocks and images, because then we don't have to keep switching them out. So I'm going to ink this up going into my stamp pad, because this is a fairly small sentiment stamp. So I can go into that, and I'm going to come over here. I'm going to line that up like I normally do. Get my sentiment lined up. Give it a good press. Let that ink set in. I sound like a broken record. I say that every time, but let that ink just seep into that card base just a little bit and pop that right off of there. And there we go. Thank you. We have our sentiment done. Now I'm going to put this on here so I don't get my hands in it. So let's go ahead, and we are going to adhere this base, this layering piece, to the card base. And I've already put on my little glue dots, as you can see. So I'm going to come in here with my take your pick tool and take the backings off of those. We really don't need any more than 4, because they're actually fairly sturdy and adhesive, so we don't need more than that. If you would like to add more, you certainly can. That is absolutely your choice. Now we're going to line this up, and I'm going to unfold this a bit. We're going to line this up with the edge of the card at the top and there, and we're going to line it up with the edge over here, just like so. So I'm going to give that a good little press right there. And there we have our layered piece on there. So see how pretty that looks? It looks like we've added this, but actually we've added this. Isn't it gorgeous? Super, super cute. Now let's go ahead and bring in this corrugated piece, our little tag, if you will. And we're going to go ahead and take off the backing of this. We're going to adhere that. Some of this you can do ahead of time, like I have done, and some of it you'll have to wait. Just like when I add my sentiment, I'll have to wait. I had to wait to stamp that before I could add my Stampin' Dimensional. So we're going to come in here, and we're going to come in right about, right like, I know I'm going to bring this down a little bit. I'm going to bring it down right about right there, and a little bit over from the left, just like so, and adhere that right there, and then flip this over. We're going to add a couple Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that, just like so. I'm going to actually put these, if I can get that off there, I'm going to put these a little bit farther down on that sentiment, just a little bit, and I'll show you why. So right there, take those backings off, because this is going to go on here, and I want it to pop up. So we're going to put it right about right there, just like that. Now you could add another one in the middle if you wanted to, but I think that looks just great, just like that. Now we're going to come in with our baker's twine, and we're going to come around and we're going to make a nice little bow. So this does go inside the card, and we're going to come, you know what? And I did not cut that long enough, not even close. So let me reach into my bag of tricks here and get out some more baker's twine. It says 12 inches, but that is not enough. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to do it like I would normally do if I was doing just a normal card. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring this over here, and I'm going to leave it attached to my thread, because that's how I would normally do it. So I'm going to come in here just like this, and I'm going to use my finger. Maybe I'm going to use my finger. I'm going to pull this up. Keep you in there. I'm going to pull that up just like so, and then I'm going to come on through again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a nice little knot there. So now I've tied the knot. So now I can absolutely do my bow without having to worry. And I have my baker's twine right there, so I can use what I need to and pull it ever so however I need it to be, so that I can make it the size that I want. And let's pull that a little bit. We don't want it really big. And that looks pretty good, just like that. Give it a nice tug. And we're going to come in with our paper snips here and go ahead and just chop that off right there. And there we go. There is our little bow. And I think that looks just adorable, don't you? Super, super cute. Now we're going to go ahead and come in with our Take Your Pick tool and add these really glossy dots. Now I found that if you use the pokey part, the piercing part of this Take Your Pick tool, it works easier. You can't use the tacky part to lift these up. They just don't really want to lift up like that. So if you use the paper piercing part or the pointy edge, it does work a little bit better to lift those off, because they are white on the back, and that entire thing is adhesive. So that does help a little bit. So we're going to put one there, and we're going to come in. They're a little tricky to get off. Just take your time and you'll be able to get them. Patience, patience, patience. Well, maybe I can use that now. There we go. I actually was able to get that. And one right there, just like so. So there is our thank you card. Super cute and very fun, very easy to make. So let's go ahead and move on to our next one. This is a happy birthday card. And again, we have multiple layers to it, which is really, really fun. Now I'm going to go ahead and fold my card base over, and I'm going to burnish it with my bone folder, just like I always do. Give that a good burnishing. Make sure that that is flat. Now, this is an interesting part. We are going to put the corrugated piece on first, and we're going to put it so the corrugated part goes up and down. Now, again, I've already put the glue dots on the back of that, so I'm going to go ahead and come in and take the backings off of those, just like so. Fairly easy to do. Again, if you would like to make or to adhere it a little bit more and put more glue dots on, you can always do that. There's no right or way to do it at all. Absolutely no right or way to do it. So let's come in here, and I'm going to center this. I'm going to try and center this. It's going to meet the left and the right side of my card, and I'm going to try and center this so there's about the same amount of distance at the top of the card as there is at the bottom of the card. And I'm going to get that lined up, and then I'm just going to give that a nice press, just like so. Perfect, perfect. Now, again, I have already stamped on this the leaf images. So that's what you're going to stamp on this particular one. So before we adhere this down, we are going to tie a bow around this part of it. Again, I've put my glue dots on the back of that. So let's go ahead and do that before we adhere that down. And we're going to do it the same way as we did the other card we just did. And the reason, again, that we're going to do that is because then we can use as much of our twine as we want. And we're going to go ahead and bring that over into here. And then we'll be able to tie a knot in it again, like we did before, using our finger, coming around like so. And we're going to be able to pull that tight, just like that. Now I'm going to show you a little trick on this one. Once we get that bow tied and we get this where we want it, we probably want it right about there. All right, so I think that looks good right there. All right, so I'm going to flip this over, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach over here and I'm going to get a little piece of Scotch tape, just a little trick for you, and we're going to tape that baker's twine down. That now is not going to go anywhere. So always I like to keep a little bit of Scotch tape on my craft desk because it always comes in happy for things like that. Give it a nice little pull like that. Get these where we want them to go and even those out a little bit. Twist them around. Sometimes the baker's twine twists on you when you're doing the bow. I try to get that straightened out a little bit and twist it how we want. And up and down is fine. I think that'll be just fine. So go ahead and click that off. Now we're going to go see that didn't move. It's right where I put it. So I'm going to go ahead and flip that over, take the backing off of my little mini glue dots. So just a little tip for you with the Scotch tape, that comes in handy for so many things, and no one's ever going to know you used that, and you don't have to worry about that moving away from where you want it to move. So again, we're going to try and center this up and down, and it's going to come to the left of the card and meet at the right of the card, just like that. And then the final touch, well, not the final touch, but one of the final touches is we're going to come in here, take the backings off our Stampin' Dimensionals, and we're going to come in here just like so, and we're going to place that happy birthday right there, just like that. Isn't that adorable? Super, super cute little note card for someone. Now, to finish that off, we're going to come in with these really glossy adhesive embellishments, and we're going to put 3 on here. One big, oh, that just flew away. One big, 2 small, and just place them where you'd like. I'm going to try that again. Don't think that, nope, that's not going to work. Just take your time, and if you get it loose, then you can pick it up. All right, come in here, right over here, just like that. And there we've added those really glossy dots, and it just adds so much to those cards. Makes it super, super cute. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Okay, friends. Now we are going to actually do some stamping of some images on this one. I'm going to go ahead and fold my card base over, burnish it like I usually do, just like so. And voila. Now on this one, I've already stamped my sentiment. So I'm going to go ahead and stick some glue dot or some Stampin' Dimensionals on that. So that's ready to go. I've also already put my glue dots on the back of that layering piece. So those are out of the way. So we're going to set this aside just for a second because we're going to bring in this layering piece. And now we're going to do some stamping of the image. So let's go ahead and bring in our stamp spot again, that gray granite. And we are going to, this time, we are going to stamp the floral image. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. I'm going to ink it up nicely. Get that all nice and inked up. So we're going to make this image on there, but we're also going to stamp it off the edge. And so that's why I want my grid paper there. And I'm going to ink this up, but before I stamp on my layering piece on my cardstock, I'm going to stamp this on the grid paper first to see exactly how much I want that inked up. So I'm going to go ahead and just stamp off once and see how that looks. And that looks actually really, really nice. So I'm just going to ink that up just a little bit more. And then we'll be ready to use this on our card base. Okay, now I'm going to come in quite a bit on this because I want most of the floral on here, but I don't want all of the floral on here. So see that how it comes in off that corner, but again, it's off of that, off of the base layer a little bit, and give that some time to sink in. And there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at how that turned out. Just absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Now we've got a leaf image that we had stamped on some of the other cards, and so we're going to stamp that leaf image on this card also. But I'm going to, again, like I did with the flower, I'm going to come in and ink this up, and I'm going to stamp this off on my grid paper just to see if I like how it's inked up and if I like that image. And I think that's a little heavy, so I'm going to try and go a little bit lighter with that ink on there, because I don't want it to be too heavy. And let's try that again. Move down here a little bit. That's much better. So I'm going to be a little less heavy on my inking up here. So that's how I want that to look. And we're going to come in down here. And we're going to put that leaf right there. Again, a little heavy, not too bad, but a little bit. And then we're going to come in over here, and I might stamp that off just a little bit to get some of that off, and then come in here, and I'm going to go off the paper again. But there, that's much better. I like that. Isn't that just absolutely stunning? So now we're going to come in and we're going to, because I was stamping on this, I did not put my glue dots on here because I did not want them to get in the way of my stamping. So let's find those little glue dots if I can find them. And I am so unorganized tonight. This is a little crazy. Usually I am not this unorganized, people. I can grab some though. We're going to just grab some glue dots over here. Here, magic of TV. Oh my gosh. Oh, they're right there. Look at that. They're right there. Holy cow. All right, we're going to grab these anyway. We're going to pull these in just like this and put these on here quickly. And another one, and put them in the four corners. And then go ahead and take those off quickly. Get those off of there like that, and like that, and like that. All right. Now, bring in my card base again. This is going to go into the right top corner. So again, I'm going to line this up with my card. Actually, let's go ahead and do it like that. I want to make sure that it's lined up. And I'm having a heck of a time getting that lined up. Do what I say, not what I do, because I'm having a having a time right here getting this lined up. Right over there and right there and there and there. There we go. There we go. Give it a nice press, just like so. Coming in with this layering piece, and I've already got those on there, so we're going to take the backings off of these quickly, just like so. Right, and put this corrugated piece right here, and we want it to be about right about here, not completely to the left of that piece, and not centered, just a little off. So go ahead and adhere that down, and then we're going to come in, taking off the backing of our dimensionals, and put on our sentiment and on the corrugated part, but not all the way, so that some of it shows and some of it is off of it. Isn't that just stunning? Now, to finish this off, we're going to come in again with these green glossy dots. I love these. They're so pretty and they're so big. I like the big ones a lot. They're just gorgeous. Coming in here like so. And we're going to put one more. And I'm going to put my other one right down there. On the instructions, it tells you to put it up here, but I like the way that it is, that it's down there on the bottom of it. So that is our last card that we're going to make this evening. Isn't that absolutely stunning? Now, we are going to go ahead and I'm going to show you what else is included in this kit. We also have a container, a box for our cards. And so these are really actually fairly easy to put together. They're flat for shipping purposes, obviously. And then we're going to go ahead and come in and make sure that's lifted up. And you can just make them, just kind of push them over, if that makes sense, so that they're square. So I'm actually just pushing it the opposite way of the way that it was laying, so that we'll make that stand up. Now you push the tabs in. Don't have to push them all the way, but push them down a little bit. And then what we do is we're going to go ahead and go in and crease these edges so that they stay. Just slip this tab into there, and there is our bottom, and we're going to need that, but not right there. And we'll do the same at the top. I'm going to push those tabs in, and like so, like that, and then crease this top here, like so, just like that. So there we go. Now, we are going to go ahead and make our band for this box. That is not staying in there very well. But we'll fix that, friends. We're going to fix that. We are going to fix that. I'll push that down a little bit there. That's much better. Okay, so in order to make the band for this, we have been given this corrugated piece like this, and it has adhesive here. So, and it has some score lines where I have folded it, that it'll go around the box. So I'm going to lay the box in here. It's going to go around like this, and then we're going to take this adhesive part off, just the backing of that, and we're going to layer it over the top, just like so. Perfect, just like that. Isn't that adorable? Absolutely adorable. Now that can be the back of it. So what we're going to do on the front is we're going to adhere this wonderful flower that I actually put the glue dots on the back of. So we're going to take this off, just like this. And this. Now you don't have to do this if you don't want to give this to someone. In fact, if you wanted to, you could use these images for another card. you could use it to make another card at some point. So I'm going to center that right there and give that a nice little press. I've already got some glue dots on the back of these. And so I'm going to take that off. And this one is going to go right in here, like so. Give that a press. Now I just had a glue dot on the back of that one where it adheres to the box. And the same with this one, if you can see there, I just have one glue dot right there. So you don't need them on every leaf. So that's the one that's going to be underneath the flower. So we're going to put that under there. Like, let's go in like, oh, let's go in like this. Right about here, and push that down. Just lovely. Now, I've already stamped the For You tag. You could put anything on this tag, and you wouldn't even have to have a tag if you didn't want to. So we are going to come in, and on your box, it shows that it was tied around and then tied For You. But I'm not going to do it that way because I don't think it's going to fit, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and do it just like this. And you, again, can do it however you want. But I'm going to go ahead and put these in like so. And again, I'm going to end up cutting this off, but we're just going to make a little tag just like this. A little tag holder just like that. Just like that. And then I'm going to come in, snip those off, and I'm going to use a glue dot. I'm going to put some glue dots on the back of that because I don't want my twine to go all the way around. So I'm going to put a couple mini glue dots on the back of this, just like this, and we're just going to adhere it to the box. Get that off of there. Maybe it doesn't want to come off. All right. Those backings are strong. Okay, and we're going to come in. I'm going to layer it just right along in there, just like that. I think that's adorable, and then you can absolutely, if you wanted to, obviously you would have all of your envelopes and all of your cards. And wouldn't this be just adorable to give to someone by placing 6 note cards and 6 envelopes in that gorgeous little package? Well, maybe. Gorgeous little package that's going to take a little bit of time to get figured out here. And wouldn't that just be super, super cute to give to someone? Absolutely, absolutely stunning to give to someone if you would want to give them away. Or keep them for yourself. I think it would be great either way. So let me turn this camera around and we're going to wrap up for tonight. Thanks, friends, for joining me tonight. That was a little bit longer than normal, but we had to make that box because it was super, super cute. Now, I will be gone for the next 2 weeks, but when I get back, I have some absolutely stunning new kits to share with you. I'm ordering them this week. They're coming out, and they're actually available to purchase now. It's a Christmas Wishes one and a haunted house that is a decoration. So if you're interested in this, go ahead and go to my Stampin' Up website, and you can purchase those even before I show you what they're all about. So I'll put the link to this stamp set or this kit in the comments of this once it airs. And like always, thank you for participating and showing up for me. I appreciate it. Your support means everything to me. And until we meet again in 3 weeks, have a great Wednesday evening. Bye.